Okay then, so let's start. Now here, this seems to be the opening monologue of Tom. We will see what he says. Now, Buddha, earlier when I started this scene 1, Tom told that this is a particular kind of drama. What kind of a drama is it? What do you call this? What kind of play is it?
Memory play.
Memory play. Yes, Saksika. Very good. It's a memory play. Why do we call it a memory play? Me Chamodi? Okay, it is kind of a flashback of Tom. About what, Dahamya? Tom has a flashback, ne? That means he is thinking of his past. And what specifically is he talking about here? About his professional life, or about his family, or about a particular day in his life? About only one single day in Tom's life. The whole play is one single day in Tom's life. Yes, Saurangi? Huh? Okay, Tom's life when he was living with whom? Mother and sister, yes. And then Satyabashi, what is the name of Tom's mother? What is the name of Tom's mother?
Teacher Amanda.
Amanda. Amanda name. Amanda, yes. Of course, the spelling would be the same, of course. Namut me, this is in America. The setting is in America. So in America, there are no Amandas, but there are Amandas, right? But she has told Amanda. But sometimes people do say Amanda. Hari. Then Sarini, what is the name of Tom's sister?
Laura.
Laura. Okay, correct. And what kind of a social setting do they belong to, Tilini? What is the social setting that this family belongs to? Lower middle class, correct. They belong to lower middle class families, correct. And then in what kind of a place are they living at this moment, Vimasha? What kind of a place are they living? Last week I drew a picture. Apartment, okay. Yes, it is a small apartment, and Tom said that this apartment has something constantly burning what? Tanuri Nimasha. Constantly burning?
Fire escape.
Fire, yes, constantly burning fire. And what did this fire represented? Ranudi. What of his family? Couldn't hear. Okay, poverty. Yes, they are constantly burning with the fire of poverty. What else? Pramodya? Tension. Okay, they are constantly experiencing tension, right? And then hopelessness, helplessness. Yes. So this
Dissatisfaction.
Dissatisfaction, exactly. So when we desperation, yes. So all these experiences this family has to go through. Hari. Ilangata, the next question. I told you certain characteristics of a memory play. Tell me, Baba. There were some characteristics of a memory play. I gave you some examples about my life as well. Memory, is it realistic or unrealistic? Memory is unrealistic. Okay, and
Dramatic.
dramatic. Okay, and Portia? Anything else? Memories are unrealistic. Memories are dramatic. What else? Emotional. Okay.
Sentimental.
Sentimental. Yes, correct. Abute?
Exaggerated.
Okay, yes, definitely it is exaggerated. Oh, so when we think of memory, memories are unrealistic. Sometimes we do exaggerate things and sometimes we omit things as well. Ne samahar velawata deval magarina, samahar velawata deval ekathu karana. That is memory, correct. And then what is the special purpose of Tom's character, Aisha? What is the special purpose of Tom's character?
He was able to get
Aisha. What is the special purpose of Tom's character? He plays dual roles. Tom is a person who is playing dual roles. Dual roles means he has got two roles. Let me. What are the two roles of Tom? He is the narrator. Yes, Tom is the narrator, and also he is a character. That is why we say that Tom is playing dual roles. He is the narrator of the drama as well as he is a character in the drama as well. Right, good. And then what is Tom now? Sarini, what is Tom now in the present? Sarini, Sanchala. Are you murmuring?
No, teacher.
Can't remember that. Right, then Numaya, what is Tom now? In which dress? Can you see Tom when the drama started? There's a specific dress. Numaya? Sairangi? Merchant sailor, yes. Tom is a merchant marine or merchant sailor. Now he is wearing the costume of a merchant sailor. But earlier, Tom worked in a specific place. What is that place, Binadi? Earlier, Tom was working in a particular place that he didn't like working there. At a warehouse, what type of a warehouse? Shoe warehouse, yes. So Tom worked at a shoe warehouse and he did not like it at all. What are the things that Tom wanted in his life? Are you Ishra? Ishra, yes. Ishra? What were the things that Tom wanted in his life? Freedom, okay. Tom wanted freedom. What else? He wanted to escape from the reality because his reality was not that good. Thava? How? Okay, by reading books. So Tom is a person who really liked literature, right? He had this creative urge, creative personality in him, right? And then what else? He wanted to have another thing in his life, starting with the letter A. What is it, Samadhi? What did he want to have? Yes, I heard somebody saying. Adventure, yes. He needed adventure in his life as well. So Tom wanted to have freedom. Tom wanted to have adventure. Tom wanted to have ability to write as well. Arif. Now, when you want something, you can achieve it. Then why cannot Tom achieve what he wanted? He wanted freedom. He wanted adventure. What prevented him from going there? Yes? Tell me. What prevented him from going there? Obute? Because what?
Because of his social status.
Not so much. Yes, because of his family, because of his mother and sister. Why? Tell me. Elaborate your answer. Yes, Chamudi? Exactly, because Tom is the only breadwinner of this family and he had to take care of his mother and sister. So, what about the father? Does a father? The father can also take care of the family in Visaka. What had happened to the
He
father?
left and got the escape much
Yes. Yes.
earlier
So
than this.
father, yes, Pamal, good. Father abandoned the family. Paula Talada. Father abandoned the family, and now Tom, as the son, he has the responsibility of looking after it. Okay. Tom says, this is the opening monologue, Kuta. What do you mean by a monologue? Mono. Only one person is talking. Opening monologue. Yes, I have tricks in my pockets. I have things up my sleeve. So who has got tricks in the pockets and things up his sleeve? එකපාරට මෙහෙම කරලා ගන්නවා මල් බොකේ එකක්. ඊට පස්සේ සමහරුන්ගේ කණෙන් ගන්නවා මොනා හරි තව handkerchief එකක් හරි මොනා හරි. Who does those? Magicians, yes. So Tom says that I have things up my sleeve, but I am the opposite of a stage magician. So those kinds of things are done by magicians, but I am not a magician. I'm the opposite. He gives you, he means a magician. A magician gives you illusion, imagination that has the appearance of truth. Now, what is the meaning of that one, Buddha? A magician shows you imaginations and you think that they are real. බොරුව ඇත්ත කරලා පෙන්නනවා. කවුද? Magicians. I give you truth in the pleasant disguise. What is the disguise? If I have a mustache and then I kind of crop my hair and wear a gentleman's suit, I disguise myself to be a man. What do you mean by disguising? රවට්ටලා මවලා පෙන්නන්නේ අන්න එහෙම එකක් disguising of illusion. Now Tom says that a magician gives you imaginations and you think that it's real, but what I do is I give you real stuff but you may think that those are imaginations, those are illusions. තේරුණාද කියන එක? Therefore I am not a magician. I'm the opposite. I'm the exact opposite. Magician කෙනෙක් බොරු ඇත්ත කරනවා මම ඇත්ත නිකන් බොරුවක් වගේ පේන්න කියනවා කියන එක තමයි the writer is saying. To begin with, I turn back time. So here he is talking about something in the past. I reverse it to that quaint period, strange period, the 30s. 30s means 1930s. When the huge middle class of America was matriculating in a school for the blind. Now Tom says that in 1930s, almost all the people in America have gone blind. Not literally, but figuratively. Metaphorically blind vela. They don't see anything. Their eyes had failed them or they had failed their eyes. And so they were having their fingers pressed forcibly down on the fiery braille alphabet of a dissolving economy. Underline, their fingers pressed forcibly on a dissolving economy. Then, now Buddha, I told you there was something really important in the 1930s. What was it? Those who can remember, please tell me. Huh? Okay. And then the Wall Street collapsed. දැන් අපේ share market එක වගේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ Wall Street එකනේ තියෙන්නේ Wall Street collapsed, and as a result what happened? There was කිව්වා අපිට 2021 2022 වල experience කරපු දේ America experienced in 1930s Great Depression. That means there was an economic crisis. Can you remember we also had an economic crisis නේ? පහේ ටොපි 25ට ගියපු කාලයක් තිබුණානේ. ඒතකොට ඒ වගේ තමයි. No, that is true නේ පුතා. මේ මොනවාද සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 2000 වලට විතර ගන්න පුළුවන් ඇඳුම ගියා 10,000 එහෙම සෑහෙන ගණන් වුණානේ. ඒ වගේ තමයි. 350ට ගාපු කොත්තුව 1200 විතර ගියා. නේ, I can remember that exactly. Right. So in America also they experienced this Great Depression. So you need to point that out, Buddha. After effects of Great Depression. After effects of Great Depression. After effects of Great Depression. Now, what are these after effects of Great Depression? Abude?
Can you tell it again? After
Effects. EFFECTS effects. After effects of Great Depression. Page number in this book, if you have this edition, it's page number 5. Tanuri, what is the edition that you have? Make a available pen classics.
yes, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
Page number 5. Huh? Right. And then Putta, tell me, just think about the economic crisis that we had in Sri Lanka. What kind of effects were there? Poor people became poorer, right? And then people had to go through poverty. People had to go through dissatisfaction. People had to go through sadness and tension. Samahara Paulina, like they were constantly struggling even to fulfill their basic needs. Yeah, then there are some families who can't even do that. And earlier, family could like more or less fulfill their basic needs if they had probably like 50,000, but now it had risen up to because when you write your essays, you might have to include these statistics. Earlier, people who had probably like 50,000 and who were able to fulfill their basic needs from that amount, now they need more than 100,000 rupees. දැනට 50 සාමාන්‍යයෙන් හිටපු කට්ටිය ඒගොල්ලන්ට ලක්ෂ වෙනකම් හොයන්න. That means 100,000 rupees is not a big deal now. Why? Because the things have the prices of things have risen up, right? So during this Great Depression also the same thing has happened, right? So there, near this dissolving economy, you have pointed out that it is the effect of Great Depression, and then point out drawing arrows what sort of things have happened during that time. Poverty, psychological trauma, poverty, psychological trauma, unemployment. Unemployment is one of the major things. Unemployment, dissatisfaction, unemployment, dissatisfaction. I can remember the same situation had happened to one of my husband's friends. He was a person who got like, I think, 3 lakhs monthly. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ salary scale එක තිබුණේ ඒ මට්ටමේ, but then all of a sudden during this crisis, the company went bankrupt and the person lost his job. එතකොට හිතන්නකො නේ අර වගේ salary scale එකක හිටපු a person who like had a very good life, but all of a sudden because of the crisis, what happened was that they become utterly helpless. ඒගොල්ලන් struggle කරා සෑහෙන මේ කාලයක්. They struggled a lot. So those are the effects of economic crisis. Right. Then in Spain, there was revolution. Now, Buddha, you can see that he is juxtaposing the two situations. The narrator is talking about the situation in America as well as he is talking about the situation in Spain. එතකොට මොකද මේ කරන්නේ? Juxtaposing. Juxtaposing means talking about two different situations. If you have done O-level literature, I know why the cage bird sings. Free bird and cage bird. මේ දෙන්නගේ situations දෙකනේ කියන්නේ. Similarly, the writer, the narrator is talking about the situation in America and also he is talking about the situation in Spain. තේරුණාද juxtaposing කියන එක? Those who haven't done literature, juxtaposing means putting two things together. Understood නේද? Pramodya? Yes. So in Spain there was a revolution. Here there was only shouting and confusion. In Spain, there was Guernica. Could they hear Guernica means it's a situation where bombing happened. A massacre happened during this time. You can circle this Guernica and then point out bombing in 1937.
Teacher,
Yes, bombing in 1937 in Spain. Bombing in 1937 in Spain. මේක කිලෝ 45000ක බෝම්බ. හිතාගත්ත හැකිනේ මොන තරම් මැසක එකක් වෙන්නද කියලා.
Teacher, please tell it again.
Which one? Bombing in 1937. Bombing in 1937. Yeah, like in Gaza now. Yeah. But I'm not willing to talk about the Gaza now because the opinions that I have might be contradictory with the opinions of the world. So I just refrain from commenting on that. Right. In Spain, there was Guernica. Here, there was this disturbances of labor. Now, Buddha, when we think of Guernica, when we think of Spain 1937, what do you know about the historical events that happened between 1939 and 1945? 1939 and 1945. මොකද වුනේ?
World War II.
World War II. Good, Azrika. Yes. So that there was World War II. And when we think of Germany, there was this Nazi rule, the Adolf Hitler. And then in Spain also, there was a fascist who supported Adolf Hitler. Spain wala hitiye fascist kenek. And then in support for this, I know. History lesson in support of this fascist ruler, Nazi government and the Nazi army, they were supported or they supported in this bombing. In the world, there is like oncoming danger, oncoming disaster. What is that oncoming disaster? World War II. And then when we think of America, America was also going towards this World War II without them even knowing about it. They were moving towards that. So earlier they were having their dinner in this place, and then Buddha, what happens is that he comes and sits in the living room. He comes towards the living room. Then Amanda says, "You're not excused from the table. I'm getting a cigarette. You smoke too much." Laura rises. Now there again, Buddha, you can see that there's a constant tension and conflict between who and who? Mother and son. Yes. Near this part, I'm getting a cigarette. They are point out Buddha. Tom getting a cigarette represents the internal conflict. Tom getting a cigarette represents his internal conflict. He is restless. He is restless. He is restless. Because of the mother's behavior. He is restless because of the mother's behavior. Then Laura rises. I'll bring in the black munch, that's kind of a pudding. It's a dessert. Huh? Tom remains standing with his cigarette by the portieres. Here. Right? He is standing here, near this part. Amanda rising. No, sister. You be the lady this time and I'll be the darky. Who is a darky? A slave, yes. A Negro person, a slave. Wahala. Wahallu kiyane slaves la wahala means not closed wahala. Slave wahala. Right? Right. Now there we need to understand something. I told you last week that Amanda had kind of a well-to-do past. She was considered to be the Southern Belle. Her family was a well-to-do family. Only after her marriage that she had to live like this, Nabuta. When she was in the Blue Mountains, when she was in the South, she had good wealth, and also there were servants in the house as well. Now, what Amanda is asking Laura to do is, Laura has to sit just like the lady, and Amanda will be the slave for today. They do not have actual slaves, actual servants. Amanda says that I will be the darky today. You have to look pretty because gentlemen callers will come to see you. And then gentlemen callers out to him. So I will do all the work. Amanda says. Hari. We will point out. Amanda tries to relive the past. Amanda tries to relive. R-E-L-I-V-E. Amanda tries to relive the past through her daughter. Through her daughter. And also we can see southern upbringing of Amanda. Southern upbringing. Southern upbringing. Southern
What?
upbringing.
Miss, can you repeat it?
Southern upbringing. She was wealthy enough to have servants. She was wealthy enough. She was wealthy enough to have servants. She was wealthy enough to have servants. Right. Then Laura says, I'm already up. I'm already up. I will go to the kitchen and bring it. Resume your seat, little sister. I want you to stay fresh and pretty for gentlemen callers. Now, Buddha, you can see that Amanda is eagerly waiting for her daughter to receive gentlemen callers because she received many gentlemen callers when she was in the Mississippi Delta. Mississippi wala, when Amanda was a young girl, when Amanda was a young girl, she used to receive many gentlemen callers. Goda Pirivila Mayana Amanda Balanda. And now Amanda wants that to happen to the daughter as well. Terunadi kiyanaka. There point out her eagerness for her daughter to have gentlemen callers. Her eagerness for her daughter to have gentlemen callers. Now, Bhuta, tell me, when we think of Amanda's present circumstances, present life, what kind of a present life is she experiencing now? Then, මේ අවස්ථාවේ present life එක කොහොමද? තියෙන දේවල් මොනවාද in her life? Tell me. What sort of a life is she living now? Is there happiness? No, there seems to be no happiness at all. And then is there stability? Economic stability? No, economic stability එකක් නැහැ. And when we think of social prestige, social recognition and respect, එහෙම තියනවාද? Social recognition එක නැහැ නේ. මොකද ඒගොල්ලන් these people are poor people. They belong to the lower middle classes of the society. එතකොට no happiness, no economic stability, no reputation. But when Amanda was a girl, was she happy? When Amanda was a girl, she was happy. Did she have reputation? Yes, she had. Did she receive love and admiration from the others? Yes, she did. When we compare her earlier life and the present life is a complete disappointment. සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම disappointment එකක්. හේතුව මොකක්ද? අර ඉස්සර තිබුණ life එක දැන් we kind of hope to අර climb up නේ අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන upward social mobility එක නේ. We always expect upward social mobility. And දැන් දුප්පත් වෙලා ඉපදුනාට ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. අර කියන්නේ දුප්පත් වෙලා ඉපදුනාට ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. නමුත් දුප්පත් වෙලා මැරුණොත් whose fault is it? It's your fault. ඒකනේ කුඩු විකුණලා මෙත මේ මොනවාද මේ පොසත් එන්න කියන එක නෙමෙයි. You have to make an effort in order to like go up in the society. ඒක සල්ලි වලින් විතරක් නෙමෙයි. That is not only with money. You have to be a better version of yourself than you were earlier. අද හිටියට වැඩිය හොඳ පුද්ගලයෙක් වෙන්න ඕන කොට. Okay? So it's financial as well as it should be your opinions, your attitudes, the way you look at life, everything should improve. Methana, what had happened to Amanda? It's the other way around. Earlier, she had a better life, but now she is not having a good life, which disappointed her. And what she wants is her daughter to have a good life. By the form of marriage. She wants her daughter to find a rich husband and marry so that she will have economic stability, which is not something good to wish for. But that is what Amanda thinks. Then today, when we think about the present disappointment, then in a disappointment, Ekanisa, what she is going to do is she is going to the past. When she was a happy girl, when she had everything she wanted. Samantha Tibuna, Hodata Tibuna Tibune Atitane. එතකොට එයා හැම වෙලේම she is going back to the past in order to escape the present disappointment, in order to escape the present dissatisfaction. එයාගේ solution එක මොකක්ද? Going back to the past. ඒක ඇත්තටම solution එක. Not a solution. මොකද we can't change the past, but we can change the future. Future can අපිට වෙනස් කරන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට going back to the past has no effect at all. ඒක නිකම්ම අර තමන්ව සනස ගන්න එකක් විතරයි. Just to console yourself. තේරෙනවද කියන එක? හරි. එතකොට near that part we will point out in order to escape from the present disappointments, in order to escape from the present disappointment, in order to escape the present disappointment and difficulties, Amanda goes back to her past. Amanda goes back to her past.
Teacher, from the present disappointment,
Amanda goes back to her past.
By the way, teacher,
Yes, Pamal.
like in here, Amanda is trying to use Laura to get a rich husband, and that way she's trying to use the connection for like to stable her economic or the life. Isn't that so?
That means Amanda's one.
Yeah, but the point I'm actually trying to make is that isn't that part alone is happening in this time around? Like rich marrying a rich guy and stabilizing her life in life.
Yes, I agree with you. You mean to say that sometimes people in the present times also think that a girl marrying a rich husband would get her economic stability and also her family. The same thing.
Yes. I actually what I want to say is that that's the most thing happen, and that is alone a reason for like divorce increasement.
Yes. Yeah.
In America, exactly.
I can agree like 50% of what you are saying about the divorce part, because nowadays the divorces mostly happen because of that, because of the disappointment, and also another reason is now people are more open-minded about divorces, unlike our earlier generation. So when and if the person is not happy, then they are moving towards divorces, like more than earlier. But what you're saying is true about people thinking of money only. when a person is getting married, yeah, that has disastrous consequences.
And what is happiness anyway? Like what the happiness they are trying to achieve isn't what that we are
Yeah,
imagining, but
it's like this.
the-
I like the way that you're thinking, Kamal. It's more like I think it depends on the person. Because if I think of myself, the way that I find happiness would be different from another person's happiness. Like what I think is that now, when people have so many ambitions in their lives, I'm not that kind of a really ambitious person. What I find happiness is if I have time to read a book and enjoy the nature and like maybe at least once in 2 months, if I can enjoy that, I would consider myself to be happy. Because I am a person who loves books, as you all know. I'm a person who loves books, and if I have the freedom to read books, that would be my happiness. And of course, having a packet of chocolate biscuits and chocolate milk, I would be
food is
perfect.
everything. Food
But
is everything.
of course, I need money. And because without money, we can't do any of those things. So we need money. And yeah. And also, I am a person who wants love as well. I want to be loved. And if I don't get that, if I don't feel that, maybe because I'm like a person who is into these characters in the novels. I told you that my A-level novel, Pride and Prejudice, when they see my husband, I'm a teacher, Darcy, because Mr. Darcy, I kind of loved him so much. And maybe because I was so fortunate, I got a husband just like Darcy. That's something that I consider myself to be lucky about. Right. So
And I'm
that's
hoping I'm not offending anyone with my seriously questions.
no, we do enjoy the questions.
These are only educational purposes only and for future
Okay.
usage as well.
Okay, I believe you. Right. Then um, going back to the past, see, Amanda crossing out to the kitchen at Airy. Sometimes, Laura says, sitting down, I'm not expecting any gentleman callers. Crossing to the kitchenette airily. Sometimes they come when they are least expected. Why? I remember one Sunday afternoon in Blue Mountains, she enters the kitchenette. Comes this. I know what's coming. Because she has been reciting the story over and over again, and Tom doesn't want to hear it. Laura says, but let her tell it. Again? She loves to do.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Samadika.
Teacher, I sent a message.
Okay, we'll continue this discussion probably through WhatsApp because I know that happiness is something really important to you, but I have only 10 minutes time. Haridhan? And I really like to have these conversations. That is something that I become happy about. I really like to have like deep conversations with my students. Underline, I remember one Sunday afternoon in Blue Mountains. Again. So this word again tells that this is not the first time that this monada incident is recited. Point out, this is not the first time. This is not the first time.
Teacher, which part we should be underline?
Again, underline. I remember one Sunday afternoon in Blue Mountains. Right, then she loves to tell it. Amanda says, returns with a ball of dessert.
Teacher, ලියන්න ඕනේ මොකක්ද එතනට?
No, you don't have to write anything there, Puta. Or any other part again, there point out, not the first time. Now, this is Amanda's story. One Sunday afternoon in Blue Mountains, your mother received 17 gentlemen callers in one single day. Not in a month, in one single day. 17 young men came to see Amanda. Do you think that this number is like real? 17 people coming on a single day with a, that's like bizarre, I don't know. I kind of think that it's maybe a little bit exaggerated because you know that memory is exaggerated. You know about it, next. Memories are exaggerated. Maybe she received 5 and she has exaggerated it into the number 17. Underline, your mother received 17 gentlemen callers. Right, then, why sometimes there weren't chairs enough to accommodate them all? There will be no chairs as well, that is true. No? So, sometimes there weren't even chairs for them to sit. We had to send the nigger, who is a nigger, black servant, over to bring in folding chairs from the parish house. Parish house means the place where the priest lives, a parish house, kind of. The church. Right, there we will point out. Put it. Before that, Laura is asking Tom to let Amanda recite the story again. What kind of a person is Laura? She is kind of a gentle person who understands Amanda. Even though the mother cannot understand the daughter can understand mother's feelings. Understood? A compassionate and a gentle daughter. She loves to tell it there. Mild, gentle, and understanding. Mild, gentle, and understanding.
Teacher, to which part?
She loves to tell it. Laura's part. Mild, gentle, and understanding. Okay. Then near Amanda's section of one Sunday afternoon in Blue Mountains, your mother received 17 gentlemen callers. Near that part, you can see nostalgia. 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 What do you mean by nostalgia? Thinking about happy memories in the past. Amanda is doing here, nostalgic. Nostalgia.
කියලා කොතැනටද ලියා ගන්න ඕනේ?
That part where you have one Sunday afternoon, your mother received 17 gentlemen callers. Near that part. Nostalgia. She is far removed from the reality. 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 And then put a circle 17. 17. There point out. It may be a little hyperbolic. It may be a little hyperbolic. 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 Hyperbolic means exaggerated. It may be a little bit hyperbolic, but for Amanda, this is the truth. But for Amanda, this is the truth. But for Amanda, this is the truth. Putha, earlier also we talked about when we talk about memories, there can be exaggerations and there can be omissions as well. Samahar deval exaggerate veno, samahar deval omit veno. Write down that one as well because that's like an important point about memory. Write in a place where you have some space. When people talk about memories, come on, they are THERE there. They're bound to be BOUND. They are bound to be some exaggerations. There are bound to be some exaggerations and omissions. There are bound to be some exaggerations and omissions.
Teacher, කියන්නකෝ.
When people talk about memories, they are bound to be some exaggerations and omissions. I have asked you to write an analysis of the themes about the discrimination, about exploitation, about misconceptions of religion, about child adoption, and about education, improving a person's mentality. You need to talk about all these things and write an analysis. Okay then, so next week also we will be continuing the drama. Good then. So let's wrap up and see you next week.